So I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but Janet Jackson was trending on Twitter. And the reason why she was trending was because she made this statement right here. Janet Jackson trends after mentioning Kamala Harris's race in recent interview. She's not black. That's what I heard. She's Indian. Well, you know what they supposedly said. She's not black. That's what I heard. That she's Indian. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told they discovered her father is white. Right? So Janet made this statement, and this post on the Shade Room, if you go and you look at the comments in the comment section, there are a whole lot of black folk, right, talking trash about Janet, right? So if you look in the comments, right, you got one person that says, the Jacksons are not my source on political topics. Yeah, but the Shade Room is, though, right? The fact that her race is an issue and not his 34 felony convictions is amazing to me. White, Italian, Indian, African, Hispanic, she's not Trump, so I'm rolling with her, period. This is Negroes. This is Negroes' thought process, right? Shout out to Prince of the Cats. My question is, do you think the fix is in that they will, you know what, again, and won't do? Why do y'all like asking me questions this? You know something? I'm going to tell y'all something right now. That's really annoying to me. You know what's really annoying to me? That last election is so contentious. And there's certain things that you're literally not allowed to say online about it, right? And I'm going to tell you what I'm tired of. I'm tired of you niggas sitting back and saying, so he reads the super chats out loud. So your super chat and say some shit that really shouldn't be said directly. Like, you could try to say the shit in code or whatever. If you watch my show, you notice it's certain stuff I don't really say. I say it in code. But you Negroes will jump up here and you'll put the shit in the super chat knowing that I'm going to put it on the damn screen. You know what? I ain't even going to say nothing. It's my fault. Because what I should have did is I should have read it before I put it on the screen. You feel me? That's what I should have did. I should have read it before I put it on the screen. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, right? Jacqueline said DL needs to be checked. Where's Janet brothers and nephews? I don't know, but we're going to get to DL in a second. So, all of a sudden, just out the blue, because Janet Jackson said that Kamala was not black, now all of a sudden you literally have a civil war, if there wasn't already one. You literally have a civil war going on between black folk, where you have a portion of black people saying crazy things about Janet, saying she should know better and how dare she and this, that, and the third or whatever, right? And then, of course, you got the black folks on the other side that are saying, y'all tripping. We ain't canceling Janet. What the hell is wrong with y'all, right? In fact, if you go to X, that's all I see on my timeline is stuff about Janet, right? That's all I see on my timeline, like this post right here. Black Americans stand with Janet Jackson. The Jacksons are Black American legacy. We don't care how y'all feel. Kamala is not black at all. She's an Indian American and should stay in the group. She's been registered as a politician as well. And so you got pictures of Janet, right? Now, the interesting thing about it, I don't know if y'all saw what D.L. Hughley had to say. Let me pull up what D.L. Hughley had to say, right? If I can find it. This is what D.L. Hughley had to say. D.L. Hughley shares his thoughts about Janet Jackson's recent interview. He said, hashtag Janet Jackson's interview sounded like a Trump rally. For your information, it's a little ironic to question whether someone is black while you're breathing through the nose of a white woman. Hashtag DL. What the hell is wrong with this Negro? What's wrong with this Negro? He goes on to say, Kamala Harris looks the way she does because she has a mom from India and a dad from Jamaica. Janet looks the way she does because she has a plastic surgeon. Hashtag Team DL. Oh, he ain't finished. He said, all I know is hashtag Kamala looks like she did when she was in Oakland, but Janet don't look like she did when she was Penny. What the hell was in that iron? See, that's where you cross the line right there, bro. Who the fuck are these new niggas? Who are these new niggas? This Negro said, all I know is Kamala looks the same, looks like she did when she was in Oakland, but Janet don't look like she did when she was Penny. What the hell was in that iron? Nigga, what? So let me make sure I understand this, D.L. Hughley. And I'm going to keep it real, my nigga. And I hope you watching this. I pray that you're watching this. We are sick of you, nigga. I don't know about the rest of Black America, but I want you to shut the hell up about politics. We don't care, bruh. We don't care what you think about politics. Go tell some damn jokes. So let me make sure I understand this. You take a moment in Black television history that is significant. Why is it significant? It's significant because the character Janet Jackson played was a little girl by the name of Penny that was being abused. Her mother was burning her with a damn iron. The whole purpose of that episode was to raise awareness about little black children that are abused by their damn parents. So you take that and use that to insult Janet Jackson because she said Kamala wasn't black? Where the yo? Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. Frame Runner said Team DL is nasty work. Yeah, it is. Let me tell you something. Let's keep it all the way funky. I don't know what happened to Black America, but there was a time where we would have made that nigga apologize for that shit. I forgot who it was. I can't remember what comedian it was. I can't remember who it was, but some comedian was on an award show and he told a joke that was distasteful about Diana Ross. And right after that, Tracy Ellis Ross was coming up on the stage in order to present an award to somebody. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody was like, we apologize to you, Tracy Ellis Ross. We don't know what was wrong with that Negro coming up here talking about your mama like that. I remember that. I can't look. Let me tell you something. And I'm gonna say this real quick, right? So DL, I guess you feel like you a legend in the game, right? Shout out to Orderly Chaos. He said we need to find ourselves and hug when we feel what? So here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. Black people, as far as our political position, as far as the way we view the world, we are evolving. And I don't know if you notice or not, but it seems like there's a war going on between free-thinking black people and black people that want celebrities and politicians to think for them. In other words, if the politicians or the celebrities come out and say, black people XYZ, we're supposed to just follow that. And some of us are like, no, we're not following that. And see, here's the thing, DL Hughley. I'm from the culture, just like your ass is from the culture. And what you not gonna do is you not gonna take a political agenda by the Democrats and try to make it seem like that's our fucking culture. Because if you was really part of our damn culture, you would know better than to say this foul shit about Janet Jackson simply for voicing her damn opinion. You done lost your mind, bruh. You done lost your mind. The Jacksons are the closest thing we have to royalty in our damn community and in our culture. And what's worse is you did this shit the same month her brother died. Tito just died. His body ain't even cold in the grave, and you got folks, and you Negroes is up here talking about canceling her in the comment section saying all types of foul shit. Her brother ain't even cold in the grave. You mean to tell me you couldn't have said, well, you know what? With all due respect, Janet, you could have said that in a better way. We don't really agree with that. You could have said something like that. But you sitting here talking about she don't look like Penny. How she don't look like Penny? That look like the same person to me. Which you mad because she got a nose job to alter her nose a little bit? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? That look like the same penny to me. One Immaculate said, ever since DL fainted on stage, he become pro you know what and anti-Trump as per Coon cleared check he received. Shout out to Red Star. He said preach AM. That look like the same penny to me. And shout out to Nikki J. I think that's Nikki J. I'm not sure. But she said Janet has had the same face card for her entire life. Don't start. Then somebody else said, look, check this out. Let's scroll back up. We're going to scroll back up. We're going to scroll. Since you want to talk shit, DL Hughley, let's talk about you, bro. Let's talk about you. Not this nigga. Talking about somebody's nose. Nigga, look at your face. Look at your face, bruh. Like, are you serious right now? Boy. I don't know what happened to black folk. I don't know what happened. And look, let me say this, because I was getting ready to say it a second ago. You feel me? I was getting ready to say it a second ago. So I'm going to say it now. Shout out to, I was getting ready to go there. Michelle, you know I was getting ready to go there. Said, where's Uncle Bernie when you need him? Damn, I missed that ninja. Yeah, you know where I was getting ready to go. The way I feel, you may think you a legend, DL Hughley. But as far as I'm concerned, there was only one king of comedy on that damn tour, and it was Bernie Mac. Because I guarantee you, Bernie Mac would have had more class than that. I guarantee you, Bernie Mac would not have done that. But I don't know why we surprised. Look at what's left. Look at what's left just between you and that nigga Steve Harvey. Look at what's left. Shout out to Jackie Jack. Look at what's left. Shout out to High Tolerance. He said it wasn't even up to comment on, but he couldn't resist tapping into his femininity, chiming in was all in poor taste. Yeah, he didn't even have to say shit. But see, he's so desperate to fight for Kamala Harris, obviously, because his black ass been paid to. I'm sick of you niggas. You, Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, Michael Eric Dyson. You Negroes are a disgrace. It is disgusting. And see, what I find interesting, and I want to know this. Umar Johnson, where you at, bruh? All of you Negroes that claim you defend black women, where you at, bruh? Where you at? Where you at? You just gonna sit back and let this Negro talk crazy about Janet? And she ain't even addressed this nigga? She didn't even say nothing to this nigga. She was doing an interview minding her business. And guess what? Hold on, let me pull this up for you. Let me pull this up for you so you can see it. Cause I reposted it. Let me find it real quick. You see this right here? These are news articles. These are news articles. Indian American Kamala Harris creates history, wins U.S. Senate seat. When she won her U.S. Senate seat, every single news outlet was referring to her as an Indian American. So this is not something that everybody just decided to start doing. This ain't, oh, she's always been black and everybody just been denying it this whole time. That's not the case. Indian American Kamala Harris creates history, wins U.S. Senate seat. Kamala Harris poised to be the first Indian American senator. Kamala Harris becomes first Indian American U.S. senator. Caribbean American Kamala Harris sworn in as U.S. senator. The 115th Congress is history making for Asian American and Pacific Islanders. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? But you Negroes want to try to gaslight us. And check this out. Michael Eric Dyson, right? I got a question for you, Negro, if you just happen to be watching this. You get into a whole argument with Nancy Mace about the pronunciation of Kamala's name. You do realize Kamala is an Indian name. How many of y'all knew that? How many of y'all knew that Kamala is an Indian name? How many of you knew Kamala is an Indian name? Is that the real Officer Tatum? Shout out to Officer Tatum. Hold on, let me make sure, because you know how Negroes like to troll. Oh, it is. What's going on, bro? Shout out to Officer Tatum. He said, keep killing it. Love your videos. Hey, man, it's mutual, bro. I love your videos too, fam. Real talk. But how many of you knew that Kamala is an Indian name? I bet a lot of y'all didn't know that. I bet you also didn't know that the correct pronunciation is Kamala, not Kamala. Bet y'all didn't know that. That's why whenever they start tripping about
$100 boss up. Going down. Stack up and match up.
My bad, Officer Tatum. I got to put you on the board. That's why whenever somebody started tripping about Kamala's name being pronounced Kamala, I said, bruh, the only reason we pronouncing it that way is because we went to school. I know how to properly pronounce a name, but see, I'm gonna tell you what the game is. This is what the game is. Okay? I don't know if you noticed or not, but she was not tripping about the pronunciation of her name until recently. No one was. Well, she wasn't tripping. You know, her little cronies was tripping. None of her cronies was tripping about the pronunciation of her name until recently. So you got to ask yourself, why all of a sudden are they tripping about the pronunciation of her name? I'm going to tell you why. Because if somebody white says Kamala instead of Kamala, it gives them the opportunity to play that race baiting bullshit. Oh, you don't want to pronounce her name properly because she's a black woman. Which is what you saw Michael Eric Dyson sit up there on CNN and do, which we all know was fake and phony, especially since right after that he slid in Nancy's DMs trying to get his Mac on, right? And don't try to come at me with you're showing your age, angry man. You said Mac on. No, I said that because that's what he would say. That's what Michael Eric Dyson would say. He would say get his Mac on because that's his age bracket, right? So we know it was fake. But they're doing that because they always want to be able to insert the identity politics because that's all they're running off of is identity politics. They can't run off of her record. Her record is, she doesn't have one, okay? Her record is basically Joe Biden's record, which is horrible. So she can't, what's she going to do with that, right? What's she going to do with that? She can't do nothing with that. Shout out to High Tolerance. High Tolerance says she wants to distance herself from the wrestler, LOL. Right? So she can't do that. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, oh, well, you guys don't want to pronounce her name. In fact, they get a twofer with that one. They get to say that, especially if a white man does it, if a white male congressman or senator or any political guy that's a white guy, any political commentator, if they say Kamala instead of Kamala, they can do a twofer. They can say, oh, you're doing that because you're racist and you're doing that because you're sexist. You don't respect her as a black woman and you don't respect her as a woman because you refuse to pronounce her name properly when in actuality, you are pronouncing her name properly. This is just like the Fannie Willis thing. Well, her name is Fani. On what planet? I went to school. I was taught proper grammar. Like, for real. If her name was Kamala, I don't even know how you would spell that. You probably would spell it Kommala. That would spell Kamala. Kamala is Kamala. That's Kamala. We know how to pronounce words, right? So they're trying to, bait people into an argument about, her race, but from the position of you're a racist, right? Which is why D.L. Hughley and these other celebrities are so mad at Janet Jackson for saying that she's not black. Why? Because Janet Jackson is a black woman. See, they can't hit her with the race baiting bullshit. They can't come at her and say, oh, you're doing that because you're racist. They can't say that. But DL tried, which is why he tried to say, oh, I find it ironic that you're saying she's not black when you're breathing through a white woman's nose. How is it a white woman's nose if it's on a black woman's face? I didn't know white people had specific noses. We're here in America. I've seen plenty of white people and black people that had the same type of nose. D.L. Hughley. I told you, these Negroes are really showing their racism. They're really showing their bigotry. This Negro said she's breathing through a white woman's nose. Shout out to Zero Fallout. In fact, by him saying that, it almost sounds like they went somewhere and took a white woman's nose off of her face and put it on Janet's face. That's how ridiculous it sounds. Zero Fallout said Marvel has a hero named Miss Marvel, an Indian woman named Kamala Khan. Yeah. Yeah, and that's how everybody has always pronounced it. That's how everybody's always pronounced it. That's why this is ridiculous. It's gaslighting 101, right? But here's the interesting thing about this. So somebody came out and said that who was it? So they tried to say that Janet's they tried to say amid the backlash, Janet responded through her manager, Mo El Marzi. Let me try to pronounce it correctly because I don't want nobody getting mad at me. El Marcy, I think that's how you Mars. I don't know how to pronounce it. Forgive me. Said who tells BuzzFeed that the comments were based on misinformation. So basically, what happened? It says she deeply respects President Kamala Harris and her accomplishments, and as a black Indian woman. The statement continued. Janet apologizes for any confusion caused and acknowledges the importance of accurate representation in public discourse, right? So that statement came out, right? And then this one came out. Representatives for Janet Jackson reportedly deny that Mo El Marzi, whatever his name is her manager after he released an apology to Kamala Harris on her behalf. So this is how hard they're going in the paint, y'all. Someone that claims to be Janet Jackson's manager came out and apologized on her behalf. But then representatives from Janet Jackson had to come out and say, bro, what you talking about? Janet ain't issued no apology. And salute to her for standing on business. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is getting ridiculous at this point. This is getting ridiculous at this point. The fact that you would have this type of visceral reaction to a woman that we watched grow up. Hell, some of us grew up with her. This is Demeter Joe. What are we talking about here? This is Michael's little sister. And her brother just passed away. This is black royalty. This is black excellence. We don't know Kamala like that. And what we do know of her ain't good. What we do know of her record in California. Oh my God, there's a story that's out right now. I don't know if y'all saw it or not, right? But there's a story about a black woman that lived in California and had a child that had sickle cell anemia. So this child was missing a lot of school because of the fact that, she was sick. The mother said she was in constant contact with the school, letting the school know why she's out of school, all of that, right? She said because of Kamala's policy, the police bust in her door and arrested her because of her child's truancy. That mother, a black woman, said that the situation was so stressful that her daughter had a stroke. And so now she has limited mobility in one of her arms. But the news ain't talking about that. D.L. Hughley, you want to do all of this caping for Kamala as if you're caping for black women. Why you ain't speaking for that woman? Ricky Smiley, why you not speaking for that woman? Y'all always on the radio talking about family this, family that, talking about how much you love black folk. Why you ain't speaking for that woman? Why you ain't speaking for Nina Simone's family? Who had their estate, who had her estate snatched away from them due to Kamala Harris. Why you not doing that? You Negroes is fighting so hard to convince everybody that she's black that you're willing to overlook and ignore the disrespect to black people because of her policies. And my thing is this. If you're going to play the race card, if you're going to pretend to be pro-black, be that for real. Don't half step. Don't half step, because you same Negroes that's running around here acting like you pro-black, you was just dancing to a song this whole summer, not like us, claiming that half black, half Canadian, half black, half white Canadian wasn't one of us. I'm going to say that again. Because guess what? Kamala's father said he's not black. He said that out of his own mouth. Okay? But let's just say, for argument's sake, that her father was black. Let's say he was mixed. How is it Drake, who definitely has a black father, how is it Drake isn't black with a black father and a non-black mother from Canada? How is he not black but Kamala is? How does that work? Because even if her father was black, she would fall right into the same category as a Drake. Because she's from Canada too. So how is it you spent the whole summer singing Not Like Us, calling Drake a colonizer? How is Drake a colonizer in the music industry, but she's not a colonizer when she literally held black men past their release date for the free labor? That's why I told you Negroes, when you were celebrating that K-Dot Drake beef and you're running around here screaming Not Like Us and dancing, I said to you, don't celebrate too hard. And I was right, because it has come back and slapped you in your face. How is Drake not black but Kamala is? Huh? I've been waiting for Rick Ross to endorse Kamala. I've been waiting for him to say it, because I want to ask him, how is Drake a white boy and Kamala ain't a white woman? Since y'all want to play the identity politics. See, the funny thing about it is, if you're going to play the identity politics, you need to be accurate. And you're not accurate. You need to be accurate. You're not accurate at all. Shout out to Detroit 313. He said, Angryman, you are preaching. Appreciate you. You're not accurate. And see, this is the sad part about it when it really boils down to it. This is what it really boils down to at the end of the day. At the end of the day, and you might disagree with me on this, but just hear me out. Just a little bit of logic. At the end of the day, it wouldn't even matter if she had a black daddy. It wouldn't even matter if she had a black daddy and a black mama. Because at the end of the day, you're not supposed to be voting for her because she's allegedly black. You're not even supposed to be voting for her because she's a woman. You're supposed to be voting for her based on the merit of her ability to be the damn president, which she doesn't have. You're supposed to be voting on policy. You're supposed to be voting your interest. So guess what? If she's not talking about lowering inflation, if she's not talking about lowering energy costs, if she's not talking about fixing that border issue, if she's not talking about having a good foreign policy, if she's not talking about lowering inflation, better yet, screw talking about it. If she does not have a solid plan to remedy those issues, she shouldn't be getting your vote. And you think that you're slick. Because when you put race in it, when you put gender in it, that's when you put emotion in it. And you take it outside of logic and critical thinking. See, if we put it to the policies, you can't put no emotion in that shit. She either has a good policy or she doesn't. See, I'm not voting for Donald Trump because he's a man. I'm not voting for Donald Trump because he's a white man. I wouldn't give a damn if he was white, blue, green, purple, orange, whatever. I'm voting for him because he was president before. He did a good job despite what these jackals want to say. And I know he would do a good job again. In fact, I'm banking on it. But I tell you what I do know, since y'all want to try to put the black label on every Democrat, because let's be real, you viewed Biden like a black man too, if you want to be honest. That's why you let him get away with saying if you don't know whether you're going to vote for me or Trump, you ain't black. That's why you let him get away with that, because you associate every Democrat with blackness. I don't know why black folks do that. But since you want to associate them with blackness, I got this quote for you. We sick of them niggas there. We sick of them niggas. Period. It wouldn't even matter if it was Barack Obama and Kamala Harris in office right now. We sick of them niggas. And I told you, can't none one of these Negroes convince me of nothing. I know how much money I made under Donald Trump. I know how much opportunity I had under Donald Trump. And I know what I lost the moment that Joe Biden got in office and started signing those ridiculous executive orders. I know how much money I lost. Thank God I didn't lose as much as Tommy did. Tommy said he lost over 100,000. I was like, oh my God. I don't even see how, bruh. Whew. 100,000? I'm mad about my 20. You feel me? Sleepy Joe got in office and signed them executive orders. The market plummeted. Both the market and the crypto market plummeted. Plummeted. And then this is, this is the funniest thing about it. And nobody peeped this. Nobody peeped this. Trump called him out for screwing up the border. They claim they didn't screw up the border. So if they didn't screw up the border, why is Kamala talking about a bill that Trump allegedly stopped to fix the border? If there's nothing wrong with the border, why are you talking about fixing it? If there's nothing wrong with the economy, why is your campaign talking about opportunity economy? I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to move forward unburdened by what has been. If Joe Biden has been such an awesome president, then why, Kamala, don't you just say, I'm going to keep doing what me and Joe been doing? Why don't you just get up there on the stage and say, what are y'all talking about? The economy is awesome right now. There's nothing wrong with the border. I'm going to keep the policies in place that's already in place because we're doing a great job. She's lucky it wasn't me debating her. I'd have had her looking like a whole damn fool up there. Shout out to Detroit 313. Said the Democratic mayor in Hamtramck. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I never heard of that part of Michigan. In Michigan, endorsing Trump. Shout out to I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not gonna butcher it. Also, Trump better than Obama when it comes with economic factual. Of course. I told y'all. Before Obama got in office, we were $88 billion in debt. That was the deficit. By the time Obama got out of office, we were 4.5 trillion in debt. People don't recognize that or understand it. Obama is the one that basically destroyed your children's birthright. Like, for real. Like, your children and your grandchildren are going to have to put in work to fix what Obama did. Like, for real. You know, it is what it is. I don't even know what to tell you, man. But this mess right here with them trying to cancel Janet Jackson, it is foolishness, but it is very telling. It shows us where we're at right now. I saw a clip where somebody was talking about this election, and they said moving forward after this election, we're not going to be the same as a country. Doesn't matter who wins as far as that. I mean, it matters who wins, but as far as is the change that's coming, whether it's Trump or Harris, we are going to be different. This country's going to be different. Because I don't know if you notice or not, but you're probably seeing a lot of people that you used to be cool with that, you know, you're giving them the side eye. There's people that I don't mess with anymore because they tried to argue me down about Joe Biden in 2020. I say, you know what? I don't need to kick it with you. I don't need to be around you because you have poor judgment. And that much has been proven to be true. And it's crazy because the level of delusion, that we see now is they made that poor choice with Joe Biden, and they're continuing to pretend that they didn't make a poor choice. I don't know if it's out of embarrassment. I don't know if it's out of a lack of accountability. I don't know if it's, because they don't want us gloating. But I'm going to tell you right now, y'all stubbornness is going to get us in a world of trouble if you don't wake up soon. Like, you need to wake up. Shout out to David. Appreciate you. You need to wake up. And you need to wake up fast. Because if you let this cackling hen get in office, it's going to be problematic. It's going to be problematic. You say what you want. I really don't care at this point. Shout out to Montrez. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to JT. He said Trump train 24. Appreciate you. Shout out to Bruce. He said supporting the shoe. Shout out to Michelle. Michelle said invite Officer Tatum up Would love to hear. Oh man, Officer Tatum, he busy, man. He ain't got time for all of that, man. Salute to Officer Tatum, real talk. I'm pretty sure all of y'all watch Officer Tatum. If you're not watching Officer Tatum, you need to check him out. You feel what I'm saying? He be holding it down on his channel, and he be holding it down when he's on Pierce Morgan. He really be doing his thing. He be dealing with some crazies up there, like for real. Shout out to Big Mike. Big Mike said, "I'm so done. Repeal the 19th." Jesus. That's rough right there. Mad for Song 01 said, if Drake a colonizer for being white, encroaching on black culture, then Swifty K Dot's a Sambo for featuring on white pop artist song. Man, look, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation for another day, man. Trust me. Let's see. Shout out to Rail. Rail said tax on unrealized gains is insane. You got that right. Shout out to Devon. He said, what up, AM? What's going on, fam? Shout out to D. Anthony. He said, support the BINO Nation and Leonidas. Shout out to Billy Goat. He said, DL, the name says it all. He a soy boy. You got that right. And shout out to D. Anthony. He said, and a lot of B-dubs are living under other cultures' hair. Oh, my God. That's crazy right there. But, yo, we at the 3-hour mark, man. Salute to everybody that came through, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning into the show. We will not be canceling Janet Jackson. I don't care what they talking about. But salute to everybody that came through. Make sure you guys go check out my book, The Angryman Standard, which is available on Amazon. All you have to do is type The Angryman Standard in the search bar, and it will come up. It's available in paperback and hardcover. Or you can click the link down in the description. Salute to everybody that came through and hit the like button, man. Shout out to all of the sponsors. Joe, appreciate you, bro, for always sponsoring. And shout out to Officer Tatum, man. I'm really a fan of his content. He may not know that, but I'm really a fan of his content, man. I appreciate him coming through and dropping some bread on your boy. Real talk. But other than that, man, for everybody that came through here, that hit the like button, that shared the content, y'all already know what it is, man. Make sure you follow me on all social media. Salute to the whole BINO Nation. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Deuces.
Spartans! What is your profession?